collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Earthrise Deluxe Class Hoist. For the package, you got that really nice aqua green color throughout. You got the Transformers text along the side with the Generation logo. Got that nice open window that fully showcases them. A gorgeous image here on the side of Hoist. Opposite side here has the Ark crashing down to Earth. You got a lot of other characters coming out. In this first wave, we do have several that I've really been excited about, including, obviously, Wheeljack. Come around to the back of the package, you can see that he transforms in 20 steps. You got images of him in his robot as well as his vehicle mode, and then he can actually interlock with some of the new bases and things like that that we've gotten. Got a whole bunch of text on here that I cannot read, and then just more junk there on the bottom. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. Oh, and yeah, we have Galvatron flying around. So maybe we're going to be getting a new Galvatron figure in this. Maybe. I pointed out Unicron in the other video, and that's interesting to see that. But yeah, there's the package on this guy. Let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Hoist open up out of his packaging and obviously in his vehicle mode. And wow, just wow. This guy is fantastic. I mean, the siege stuff I mentioned in my Cliff Jumper video really did impress me. They took basically the characters that we knew and grew up with and absolutely loved, gave us a robot mode that nicely represented that, and then updated the vehicle mode to kind of look like Cybertronian vehicles. The Earthrise stuff, though, goes a little bit further, taking that same amazing recreation of the robot form and giving us vehicle modes that absolutely look like what I personally remember. This is fantastic. As you can see, he is, again, a deluxe size figure, so he fits very nicely. I gotta do this, though, because, I mean, they're going full-on G1 with these. Here is my G1 Hoist, and you can see basically the same size. Honestly, that's pretty darn impressive. Coloring is a little bit different. This is a little bit darker of a color. This is a little bit lighter. Obviously, you have the chrome. This has some nice silver paint. Got the Autobot logo right there. Of course, you don't have the rub sign right there, which, you know, it is what it is. I do like how they have this piece right here, which it does rotate and everything as part of the transformation, and I like how it kind of homages the original Diaclone door where you could put the figure in there. I love that. You do have the little warning stripes along the side, some nice silver paint on the inside, whereas this has chrome, and then you have the little trailer hitch right here. Now, obviously, this piece right here attaches to that. This is going to become his hand gun, but you know what that is. So we'll set that off to the side. But I love it. I'm so freaking happy with how this looks. I mean, they nailed every bit of it. Now, you can also take this. You can rotate that out. This piece here, you can come around. You can position it down there. It does have a little wheel on the bottom. This piece can connect with a bunch of your little city bots and everything, so you can put that there. I don't know why you would want to actually attach it there like he's going to be towing that, but you do have that. And again, the little wheel right there, very much like this. You rotate that out to the side, and you can bring this down as well. I mean, freaking awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. Now, I didn't bring a Cliff Jumper because, honestly, I don't have a G1 Cliff Jumper. I have a red Bumblebee, which isn't the same thing. It's close, but, you know, obviously that's a little tiny figure. I guess I probably could have bought that out, but I didn't, you know, because I'm lazy. But God, this guy is absolutely incredible. It really is. Now, he does have some bits. I mean, you can kind of see like his hands hanging underneath the bottom there. I forgive it, maybe because it's just so awesome. Maybe I shouldn't forgive it because it's, I mean, I should be fair. So that is a little unsightly right there. I don't think it's terrible. But I feel like they could have put a better joint system in the elbows to kind of get it to collapse all the way up and then fold up underneath there. Because you can see you got a lot of extra space here. So I guess they could have done that a little bit differently. But I'm not too upset with it. This piece, we're gonna bring this back up, hide that right down there. I just am super stoked about how this guy is. Now, transformation is gonna kind of feel similar to that original G1 toy. First, we're going to kind of loosen this bit up here, bring this around, loosen this underneath, and then this piece is going to fold forward. You can extend that all the way. But see, this is what I was talking about. Like, you could have put a double joint right there where you could have bent it a little bit more, I feel. I don't know. I feel like they could have done it. Separate this piece here. Oh, let's see here. Let's get this piece up. This is going to have a double hinge, so just kind of wiggle this out. It tabs in along these little tabs right there, so just pull that up, hinge that out just like that, and then you can take these, kind of bend them a little bit, and then this piece here at the door is going to fold outward like that. Do that on this side as well. You just have to clear that little section right there to get the hands to come all the way out. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. There we go. Pull that out just like that. Now you can take this, you can swivel that down just like that, and then take the legs, extend those out there, come around here to this, keep this kind of angled out, and then take the head, and you're going to push this around. It's going to sit right there. Then take this piece right here. You got a little small tab right up there that locks in there. So just bring that all the way down, and then give that a nice little push right in there, and you'll feel it kind of lock in. Keep the chest up and down just like that, and you'll feel it lock into place. You can bring this down. This is going to hinge. And then, oh, let's see, wait, open this. Apologize, you should have brought this out, and then take this piece, fold that up. You can then put this back up, hinge that around. Now this piece right here has to, oh, no, I'm sorry, keep that hinged up, and then this little bit right here is going to slot into there, so just bring that up, give that a nice little push there. Rotate these arms down, bring these down, rotate, and then you also have to rotate the fist around. So there we go. Bring that all the way down, rotate him at the elbow, then rotate his fist around, kind of straighten out his head. Take this piece right here, fold that all the way forward, and then rotate these bits out, completing the look. And when you're done, there you have Hoist in his absolutely incredible looking robot mode. And obviously, to complete his look, you're going to want to take his gun, which I wish this was done a little bit better because the handle is really long. So you're just going to basically have him hold it. And it kind of is tight to get in there. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's like it kind of sticks up if you have it like normal. If you collapse it all the way down, which does look a lot better because it looks more like it's part of his hand. Now you just have this big giant post hanging out there. So if I'm nitpicking, I guess that's a little bit ugly. I also kind of wish it wasn't orange like this. It should be more white, or even like a silver color would look good, but you know, it is what it is. But here he is, and again, absolutely loving this guy. You know, it's interesting. Some people really do complain about how Hasbro is slavish to the G1 look. And obviously, by looking at the G1 toy, you can see how much this is like G1. But you know, so is somebody like Sideswipe here. I mean, he definitely has a G1 sort of look, and you know, I didn't even notice this really at first. There's a big size difference here. I mean, they're both deluxe figures. This is a really big deluxe. That works really nicely. You know, but I do like how Hasbro is changing things up a bit. Using somebody like him, they do stick with that aesthetic of what the character looked like, but he's got a slightly different vehicle mode. Hoist here really doesn't. I mean, he is slavish to that style. You know what I mean? One of the defining characteristics is obviously what somebody looks like. I mean, this is what he looks like. So I feel like that's kind of a silly kind of argument. Now, the other comparison, here he is. And here's his little G1 buddy. And again, you can really see where there's a lot that translates from the G1 look. It's fantastic. I mean, one thing that they do get better on this is the coloring of his little handgun thing. Like I said, not a big fan of the coloring on this one. It is what it is, but I feel like they could have easily have painted it, or maybe they just went that route to kind of break up all the white that's in his arm, I guess. We'll go with that. But the overall look is fantastic. Now, one thing I didn't really highlight too much is he does have the wear paint on the front of his vehicle, or on his chest right here. You can see it's subtle, though. There's not really a lot in it, and I don't see that really anywhere else on the figure. Unlike somebody like Sideswipe, who had a lot of it kind of in the thigh area, or the shin area and such. He really doesn't. That looks more natural, I guess. I'm happy with it. And kind of looking at it, it almost looks like, I don't know if that's like a paint defect, or if there's a little bit of scraping that's actually put into the Autobot logo there. If you guys have this and you have that on your figures, well, let me know. I'm curious if that's something that they're actually doing, because that'd be a nice little touch. But again, absolutely gorgeous figure. Great silhouette on him. Despite the fact that he actually does have a backpack, it's very slender looking, which looks fantastic. We are going to be getting a repaint and slight remold of this guy for Trailbreaker, which I'm looking forward to. Obviously, those characters had a very similar look, so it makes sense. He does have his little... I don't even remember what this is. I know Trailbreaker, it was like a shield generator or something. I forgot what Hoist did. I love the fact that he's got his little wings right here. The fact that they got the side panels here molded into the door, but it is a separate piece, so you can still independently articulate the arms out. Well, going through the articulation, I do kind of wish that the rotation here locked in. It doesn't seem to, but he does rotate left and right, kind of looks up and down, I guess. You can rotate at the shoulder. It does get a little bit weird looking when you do it, because it sits a little bit lower here, but it's not bad, just pointing it out. But that whole thing rotates, and then you can see that the actual arm is on a separate little hinge piece that moves away from the panel. So you do get that full range of motion still. Just when you want to rotate it, it's all one piece. This entire thing goes forward. He does rotate at the bicep, does have a nice bend, way more than I would have expected. I mean, I guess that's kind of part of the transformation, but a deep bend right there. You can see he does have a lot of those ports on there. Obviously, you can armor him up. He does rotate at the wrist, come down, waist, hips, forward, back, in and out. They rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, at two joints, which obviously that's part of the transformation, but I love how they incorporated that. That looks really very cool. Nothing here at the ankles in terms of forward and back, but you do have the tilt. And then I do, again, like how they have this little extra piece right here that as you tilt it, it kind of covers that gap right there, which looks nice. So you can get a good wide pose, and it doesn't break that illusion. I think that that's a great, great piece. But again, a great figure, not perfect. There are definitely some small nitpicks, like the gun here, the fact that his hands kind of hang out in the vehicle mode. Honestly, though, those are all very, very superficial kind of complaints. He's a great toy. Absolutely great. Especially for someone like me. I do kind of wish maybe like his feet were a little bit more out. That looks a little bit stubby. But, I mean, for somebody like me who is a giant G1 fan, I couldn't be happier with what the Siege line kind of started and what Earthrise is continuing. Now, transformation back, we're going to take this off. And then you want to rotate his fists down and around. So they're going to be basically reverse kind of positions. And angle, rotate that. Bring this up. We'll fiddle with this here in a bit to kind of get that lined up proper. Take this back section, move this away. You want to hinge this down Then you can take this, and straighten those out. You can fold this out, just kind of flop that there, and then rotate that piece down inside there, and you can rotate his head. Make sure that you straighten out his head when you do it, and then rotate that around. And again, like I said, I love the fact that I don't know if it was necessarily planned, but I love the fact that the way that they did the head here kind of homages that original G1 toy. I think that's really cool. So we're going to lift this up, and then this piece here is going to swivel back. Get that kind of out of the way. But you have to make sure that this piece right here tabs in. So rotate that around and give that a nice solid push till that locks in right there. Then kind of get this all out of the way. Rotate the legs around. Just like that. They don't actually tab together. Everything kind of holds in really nicely because of this piece right here. So kind of, I'll leave that up a little bit. And then bring this down. And you fit that right through there. It does get a little bit tricky for the clearance stuff. I'll rotate that way, I'm sorry. So there we go. There we are. So again, do that on this side. Rotate this down. And get that arm to fit through that groove. I had that the wrong way. You want the hollow section facing outward. And just squeeze that, squeeze this. This is going to tab in right here along the back side. So give that a nice little squeeze there. And then bring this down. This is going to hinge down now inside there. And then you can bring this piece, get that out of the way. These little pieces here, once you have everything properly lined up and tabbed in there, then you can push this piece down. Although I'm feeling like there's some resistance. La resistance! Squeeze that down there. There we go. Come on. Give that a good squeeze. Do I have that completely collapsed? There we go. So just get that in there. What is happening? There we go. Of course, naturally. Everyone who's a toy review, it says it, that everything goes perfectly fine when you're not filming, and that's always the truth. Then when you turn the camera on, everything falls apart. Then you just take this, rotate this down. This is going to lock into place, and then this, I want to hinge up, collapse this all the way down, and then that, make it line up and tab in there. And then you can take this little guy, you can fold that down. You can do whatever you want with these. You can leave those off to the side. I kind of like when I have this down, I kind of like having these out. Just adds a little bit more flair to it, I suppose. Then you can take this guy and you can plug it right, yeah, just like so. And then when you're done, there you have Hoist back in this vehicle mode. But super fun, super accurate. This first wave of Earthrise figures is crushing it, in my opinion. Vehicle mode wise for Hoist is phenomenal. I love the way that it looks. I love that it nicely homages just about everything about this character. One thing that I will say is that, as you can see, he is a fairly big deluxe by comparison to a lot of the other deluxes that we've gotten before. So for me, there's a good balance. We paid $20 for this guy, and I also paid $20 for Cliff Jumper, which Cliff Jumper is a smaller deluxe, you could see. But this is a bigger deluxe, so, you know, there's a good balance there, I think, and I'm okay with it. If they're going to do stuff like that, where they might have to make a deluxe figure a little bit smaller to make another one a little bit bigger, and keeping things price-wise the same, that's actually a great idea. And I think really can help with a lot of other figures. Transformation on them is fairly simple, but it works. It's fun to transform them. It really is. And then you get a robot mode that, again, looks fantastic. Now, there are a couple small little things that make him a less than perfect figure. I mean, you got those little bits hanging out there. It's not terribly egregious, but they're there. And then the gun coloring. And that's really about it. You know what I'm like, this whole front section here is also painted, which is really nice. You got a translucent bit right here, and that allows you to have like translucent blue headlights here, which that looks really cool. I dig that. No, I'm knocking stuff out, but overall, could not recommend this guy enough to you. He is well worth picking up and will be a great addition to your classics display. So, all that being said, if Hoist here is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, he is hitting various retail locations right now. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can do it online at places such as Big Bad Toy Store and Amazon. For those, I'll put links right down in the video description. We can go there and check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you would help me out by hitting that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, guys. Your audience engagement really can help get my videos out to more people just by showing that you are active on my videos in my channel. And in this really crazy world of not knowing what YouTube is going to do, that kind of stuff helps out immeasurably. If you want to do a little bit more, you can always become a patron of mine. And your very small support of at least $1 a month, all added up, can make reviews like this possible. And finally, guys, remember, the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.